Testing.
Testing. One more time. Testing. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sparks Gymnasium. And tonight we have the second consecutive week of action at home for the Pennington Redhawks. My name is AJ Gray, and today Pennington will face off against the Haverford School in the classic Pennsylvania versus New Jersey showdown. Pennington enters this matchup today with a head full of steam, as the team is currently 2-1 on the season with a win over Paul VI yesterday and undefeated on the year at home. Let's see if Haverford can kill the momentum of Pennington tonight, or if the Redhawks will keep their streak intact. Now speaking will be my co-host, Sam Heaton.
Thanks, AJ. I'm excited to be back here in Sparks Gymnasium for a good matchup between Pennington and Haverford. These two teams brought it out during their summer league season, leading the game into overtime. With Pennington losing that hot summer day, let's see if the Redhawks can get their revenge tonight and extend their home winning streak to 2. And for your starters tonight, it's going to be number 3, Noah Johnson, number 4, Dylan Napoleon, number 10, Joshua Benka-Coker, number 0, Avon Diamond, and number 1, Jalen Bell.
Taking the tip tonight for the Redhawks will be Joshua Benka-Coker, the junior, as well as number 5, Manny Butts for Haverford. I gotta say, I really hope your name isn't like your play style, because that's a really unfortunate way to get in there. There's the tip. And the forwards will start with it tonight, as taking it up will be Butts. He's going to kick it. It's going to be inside drive. Corner 3 ball there. It's going to be up and off. The shot from Gilbert. It'll be rebounded by Diamond. He's going to kick it out to Johnson, once again leading this Pennington offense with a very consistent, fast tempo. Pennington's looking a little too fast here, Sam. Ball's going to be back in the hands of Bell. He's going to take his time, scope out the scenery, see what play is the best to make here.
Yeah, AJ, we're seeing a new starting 5 today. Since the last time we were here at Sparks Gymnasium, only one substitute though. It's gonna be Jalen Bell for Jordan Murray.
Yeah, and Sam, there's a shot clock, and there's gonna be a steal, and it's gonna be a layup first. And Sam, timeout to start this game. You can tell that Coach Fred Fauci is not too happy with the performance of his team thus far. Sam, that's only been the first bucket on the game scored there by Silas Graham. And you can see that Fauci is calling everyone out. He makes sure that he's going to get rid of the problem, cut out the weeds early in the game, rather than just handle the situation later on.
Yeah, AJ, he wants to make sure that Pennington doesn't go off to a bad start and get in a bad deficit that they can't dig themselves out of later in the game.
Now, Sam, after burning their timeout early, Pennington will come back out onto the court, trying to regain their footing after that first, kind of possession that went nowhere.
Haverford's going to go up with a press here.
Yeah, and Sam, you can see that they're trying to capitalize on Pennington's, sort of miscommunications here. Johnson's going to do a little jab step there, and it looks like Pennington's going to try to speed it up, catch the forwards off guards. There's a 3 ball. and it's going to be just a little bit overshot there from Becca Coker. Hop step there for Napoleon, pump fake, and a nice right-hand finish. Some phenomenal razzle-dazzle there from the senior captain, Napoleon, with the first bucket on the board tonight for the Red Hawks. Butts will have it in the top left. He's going to dish it to Graham, who's going to experience some nice defensive pressure here. Johnson's going to slip, and it's going to be an up-and-off layup there. Shot was missed by Gamble. Diamond's going to take it. He's going to go for a scoop layup there, and a foul is going to be called.
And that's something Pennington's been doing good tonight already, AJ. Just getting to the rim and just making sure they're getting to the rim and really getting that basket. And if not, it's going to be a foul.
As Diamond's second free throw is going to be off the left iron. Taking it up will be Graham for the Fords here, who's now going to kick it out to Gamble. And Sam, this ball movement is looking very fast on the Haverford side of the ball right now. They're trying to catch this Pennington defense off guard. Kick out to the top of key. Gamble with the three ball. It'll be up and in. First tray ball tonight for either of the teams, and it's going to be first made by the Fords. Napoleon with a little error there after the tough defensive pressure from Haverford. Inside dish is going to be picked off by Bell. They're going to try to move it inside, and it's going to be an off-the-backboard layup there. Spin move for Bell. He's going to go with his right hand. It's going to be up and in. What a phenomenal finish from the sophomore guard, Jalen Bell. It's going to be in the hand of Graham. He's going to try to back down Johnson. They're going to call it a travel. Sam, it's only 4-7 with 5:38 left to go in this first quarter, and you can see that both teams are kind of trying to scramble to figure out what their best approach to the other team is. I mean, Pennington's alternating from very slow form of pace to all of a sudden going for a breakaway layup. Haverford's going for a calm zone defense and then goes into full court press. They're switching it up constantly, trying to keep the opponent on their toes. And right now, I think what both teams need to do is just kind of get in their groove and figure out what their game plan is for tonight.
Yeah, AJ, I totally agree. I think what both teams are doing, they're just trying to get comfortable with what they're trying to do as an offense and also as a defense, because I've seen a lot of open shots from Haverford from three. So Pennington's really going to have to change what they're playing as their style on defense.
Yeah. And going back to a style play change, Sam, you can see that Pennington slowed down their offense once again. Kind of going with this meticulous, play-ridden type of offense right now. Johnson's going to have it in the corner here. It's going to be in the hands of Napoleon. He's going to look for a tray ball there, and he's going to experience some tough double team, trying to split the defense there, but no good, as that'll be more cell on the steal there. It'll be kicked out. It'll be in the hands of Graham. Now Gilbert will have it.
No, it's going to be Red Hawks ball.
Diamond will inbound it to Bell, who's going to take it up for the Red Hawks here. Once again, hands of Johnson at the left quarter. It'll be Bell at the top of the key. It's going to be an inside look here for Becca Coker, who's going to strip the ball away from the defense. Fake pass there for Diamond, inbound, and once again a turnover for Pennington. And Sam, everyone seems to be doing their own thing for Pennington right now. I mean, like I said before, they're trying to, run plays, but you can't really run plays when everyone's just trying to play iso ball. I mean, you can see it through, like the jump shots, the overhand layups, the way they're even trying to split the defense. Pennington just needs to realize that at the end of the day, that this game is a team sport. That was definitely a travel. Thank you.
There it is.
Thank you, officials. Usually when I make one of those calls, it ends up not getting blown a whistle at all, but I'll take it. Jalen Bell is going to inbound it once again. And Pennington going into this slow style once again. Kick out to Johnson. He's going to look for some breathing room here. Diamond will have it. Kicked out once again to Bell. And Sam, the best part about this Haverford defense right now, and it is not hard to notice, Silas Graham has been phenomenal on the perimeter tonight. I mean, I hate giving flowers to the opponent, but he has been just doing his perfect job as sort of that top of the perimeter zone defender. And he's been stealing the ball, poking balls loose, diving for the loose ball. I mean, he has been a great defensive pressure for tonight. As you can see right there, he pokes it loose from Napoleon. And they're going to call that a shot clock.
Here's Jordan Murray subbing in for Jalen Bell here.
Sam, what Pennington, I think, needs to do right now is they're trying to swing it around on the perimeter much, and they're not having anyone cut. I mean, you can clearly see out there, other than, maybe number 5 for the Fords, Benka Coker on our team pretty much outsizes anyone there. I think if you can get a little more perimeter movement and have someone cutting around the back, I think it'll get an open look pretty easy.
Yeah, well, the one thing I've noticed, AJ, is Haverford's defense, how they're so, picky, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like you said, Silas Graham is poking the ball out of Dylan Napoleon's hands. He really doesn't get stripped of the ball that much.
Yeah, and Sam, all I got to say is you can clearly see that their defense is, right there, Sam. No one can outbeat their size. I just pointed this out. If someone cuts around the inside, you can clearly see that the perimeter defense is strong. You have to attack the interior. Thank you, Jackson Byrne, for the fries. The tray ball will be up and in there for Graham. Pennington now has their score doubled with a score of 6-12. As they're going to go back to this full court press. They're going to call over and back here for the Red Hawks.
Interesting call there. I did see his foot slightly step on the other side, but I don't know if it was worthy of the call, AJ.
And Sam, I said something similar last week where I say that Pennington is a game of basketball is a game of constant motion. And you can see that Haverford's going with an interesting approach, really trying to capitalize on, the sort of improvisation aspect of the game. They keep changing their defensive style, who they're going to on offense. And you can tell that Pennington's having a hard time keeping up. As Cyril's going to be up and off, rebounded there by Napoleon. Johnson will have it in the corner, in the hands of Napoleon again. Inside to Benka Coker, poked loose. Johnson will pick it up. And once again, poked away by Graham. Kicked out to Murray. He's going to swing it to Johnson. He's going to go for a little pick action here. Kicks it out to Murray. Once again in the hands of Johnson. Swung out again. Sam, this defense is everywhere. Tray ball's up, and it's going to be off. Rebounded by Benka Coker.
The defense is everywhere, AJ, but you also got to think about Pennington's ball movement there. They're running around, setting picks in the post there with Joshua Benka Coker, and they just can't get an open shot, AJ.
Sam, as of right now, it's pretty obvious to tell that the Fords are in a 2-3 defense at the moment. The only way to get out of a 2-4 defense is like what we saw before, is with picks. All you need to do is get a little pick and pop action. You need to send in Benka Coker. If he sets the screen, both the perimeter defenders will crash and double on their man, therefore leaving Benka Coker open at the top of the key. So all you need to do is really, use that big man as more of a perimeter shooter. If you're not going to use him to cut, you might as well use him for an open 3-ball, because we're not getting any of that by just running around. Pennington now trails 6-13 with a minute and a half left to go in this first quarter. It'll be Dylan Gamble at the line for his second free throw. It'll be up and in. It's going to be a substitute for the Fords here. Bell will have it. Sam, once again, you can see that the Fords are in this 3-2 offense. Another aspect, Sam, that could really help win this offensive possession here is off-ball picks. You can see it right now. You can see how Sam, you notice how the defense is locking in on certain players as they move? If all you do is set a pick, they get wrapped up so easily and so focused on their matchup that they won't notice a swing out to the corner for a 3-ball.
Yeah, AJ, I think most of Pennington's plays revolve around a man defense, and this zone is really just stumping them. I think they really got to set, like you said, set off-ball screens so the defense gets a little haywire, so people get out of their positions so they can get an open shot.
And Sam, I think this kind of circles back to what I was talking to Dylan Napoleon about yesterday. Dylan's a friend of mine, and I was talking to him through Snapchat and through math class. I kept asking, I want to know the stat sheet, so I was like, hey, who scored the most points? And he went, we all did good. And when you watch back the film, yeah, all of Pennington did do good last game, but you could tell that it was clearly in an ISO-oriented offense. You can see that everyone was getting their own, cooking their matchup. And right now, Sam, Haverford isn't moving as a group of players. It is moving as one homogenous being, one combined creature that moves back and forth, trying to, you can see it through the zone, a little less on the offense, but through that defense, you can really see that they're moving as just one blob of defenders. That has been such a nightmare for Pennington to deal with tonight. Gamble will have it at the top of the key. He'll be guarded here by the senior guard, Murray. Kick out, 3 balls up. It'll be off the front iron. And a shove in the back there. That was a little aggressive. I'm sorry. Folks, we don't know who 21 is. We have every number but 21.
Maybe there was a little jersey switch up.
Yeah, maybe there was a little jersey switch up. For now, we shouldn't call him a different name. We'll just call him 21. I mean, Sam, no offense, he hasn't done much so far, so I don't think it'll matter. Diamond will have it in the corner. Step back, 3-ball. It'll be just a little short. Rebounded by Benka Coker, and he's going to be swarmed by Haverford guards here. And it's going to be a nice block there for Bell. 12 with the breakaway layup, but he can't capitalize. Sam, easy breakaway layups, like some may say who know the sport, are the hardest shot in basketball.
Yeah, AJ, you can see the birdcage getting a little hype there. They've been a little bit quiet this year so far within the football games and the soccer games, and even our first basketball game, but today they definitely shown up.
It's going to get blocked again. 21. You really got to get your stuff together, man. I mean, you don't got your name on the roster sheet. You're getting off the glass when the whistle's blown. I mean, seriously, tighten up. Diamond will bring it up here for Pennington as they trail by 8 with 10 seconds left to go. And it's going to be Benka Coker on the inside. And he's going to get the and one layup. What a way to shift the momentum before we enter the second quarter, as Benka Coker will head to the stripe for the Red Hawks here. As Benka Coker will cash his visit to the stripe, and it'll now be a 9-14 game with an inbound here for the Haverford Fords. Graham's going to try to have a breakaway. 3 balls up. It'll be off. Rebounded. Trying to go for the putback here. It'll be off once again. Pennington now only trails by 5 heading into the second quarter. And Sam, you can tell that and one bucket there from Benka Coker really lit a fire under this team.
Yeah, AJ, only a 9-14 score after the first quarter. You know it's going to be a low scoring game after that. Both defenses have been pretty much immaculate. Definitely Haverford's have been on top thus far.
And Sam, I think it's just a matter of Pennington, feeling a little too, like we said before, a head full of steam. They're trying to go with an aggressive approach to taking down this Haverford defense. And right now, Pennington really needs to regain their footing, sort of take a deep breath, and run their plays, do the off-ball picks, do the little things that matter in a game like this, and regain that lead and get a win at home tonight.
So AJ, when we were doing research for the Haverford basketball team, we couldn't find much. But what I've noticed for the first quarter of this game is that Silas Graham is just leading the offense and, most importantly, leading the defense of this Haverford team.
Yeah, Sam, we don't have ages on here, but I have to assume that he's a senior because this level of leadership and importance to a team is so hard to find in a young guy. Number 4, Graham, I give you all the credit that you deserve. You've been phenomenal on the perimeter and offense tonight, but I got to say, I hope you kind of lose it a little bit. As there's a 3 for Graham, it's going to be up and off, rebounded by Butts. He's going to go for the kick out here to Gamble. Shots up and it's off. Once again, inside into Graham. It's going to be off the backboard. Sorry for the blurry camera there, folks. In the hands of Napoleon. He's going to look for a screen here. And Sam. Napoleon's going to get pressured by 3 there. And it's not even a matter of just off-ball picks, Sam. Everyone who is currently not in the opportunity of getting the ball passed to them looks like they're taking a breather. I mean, I don't like to, get on my own team right now, but the fact that we know what the issue is, it's the fact that our people who are attacking the rim are getting swarmed so fast, and you're not going to move to help out your teammate. This is a little upsetting to me. Diamond's going to go for the inside shot to Napoleon, who's going to go for the floater. It's going to be up and off. Rebound by Becca Coker, and it's going to be tapped right back in. Jiggy Josh with the nice right-hand hook back there to give Pennington an 11 score. And now a 5-point lead for Haverford. Graham's going to go for the post-up here. Post-up's going to work. Solid move there. Johnson.
What I've noticed from Haverford's defense is that they're really touching when people try and go in. They're always trying to poke the ball out. If you just get it and kick it out to the corner to maybe Jordan Murray or Avon Diamond, you know it's going to go in.
Yeah. And Sam, there's a step back there for Johnson. It's up. It'll be rebounded by Napoleon. Spin move, right hand, and it's in! What can he do, Sam? A jack of all trades. Still Napoleon has been phenomenal tonight. Gamble will kick it out to Butts. That looked like a travel to me. Hey, number 3, I hate to make a bad joke, but I got to say, regathering your step, that's a gamble. Avon Diamond's going to take it up. Johnson will kick it out to Murray in the corner. Once again, Noah Johnson, and I say it all the time, once again, Noah Johnson leading this offense, but there's not much more you can say, Sam. I mean, number 3 has been the heart and soul of the playmaking behind Pennington throughout the past 3 years, and you can see this year not much has changed as he's now finally an upper schooler. The ball will head in the Ford's way after a turnover there from the Red Hawks. Gamble will take it up here for the Fords. He's going to kick it out to number 21. We still don't know who that is. Morsell will dish it to Butts.
And AJ, it looks like Pennington's running more of a 6-man game today. They're not really getting too many faces in the game. It's going to be Jalen Bell subbing in for Jordan Murray, who I'm sure we'll see soon.
Sam, that's a very good thing that I didn't catch before, is that when we watched our first home game when Pennington played, what was the team? Oh, the Episcopal. When Pennington played Episcopal a week ago from today, you could see that they were getting a lot of new faces in there. Jameer Conover, Wayne Sminkle, John Benkakoker, a lot of different faces. And, that goes back to what we were saying about keeping the opponent on their toes. And right now, Pennington's kind of, I think they realize that they need to get the team in a groove first before they try to switch anything up. Bell will use his screen there. And there it is, Sam, the pick and pop. I told you before, that's the one way to break this defense. And it's going to work right there as Napoleon will cash a 3 from the right side.
and that's something Napoleon's gained throughout his time at Pennington. As a freshman, he wasn't known as the best shooter, but gradually over time, he's definitely gotten more comfortable with his shot beyond the arc.
And there's a steal. Sam, this place is jumping. I can't hear myself think he's going to go up. And the right-hand lamp's going to bounce out, but Becca Coker's going to put it back. Sam, the Redhawks are screeching right now from the birdcage, as it is now a tie ball game after that phenomenal shift in momentum. Gamble will take it up for the for the Fords here. It's going to look like a lot of pressure here from and
it's going to be a timeout, 30 seconds from Haverford here.
Bell will take it up here for the Redhawks. As there's 4 minutes left to go in this half, Pennington has cut the lead of the Fords down to only 2 with a score of 18-20. They're going to call a foul there on Napoleon, who went for the hop step, a signature move of his that we've learned so far.
Yeah, AJ, they've been doing that all game, trying to reach in for that hop step and really just get the ball from him, but it's always been a foul, and I'm glad they called it there.
Yeah, Sam, going for the poke has been a very significant part of this Haverford defense thus far. Johnson's going to swing it to Bell. Inside drive for Bell. He's going to go for the no-look pass. It's going to be, once again, poked away. Sam, this Pennington offense just needs to protect the ball a little bit better. I mean, I know that this entire offense right now has phenomenal handles, but you can clearly see that the issue is perimeter defense. Clearly see that they're in this 2-3 again. And Sam, no one's moving.
AJ, like you said before, maybe just some backdoor cuts, some off-ball screens just to get in the paint. It's an easy bucket every time just because of the perimeter defense.
Point's going to go for the fadeaway there. Solid shot. And once again, in the hands of 21, the jump shot's up, and it's going to be an air ball. Rebounded by Johnson. He's going to get pressured a lot from Morcell. Right-hand lamp's going to be up and off, searching for a foul there, but he won't get it.
That's a good take there by Noah, though. Just trying to get to the basket and get that bucket.
And an interesting pass there from Morcell. Sam, subbing in will be Gilbert. You can see that doing a pretty good job covering the press here. Gilbert's going to swing it out in the hands of Graham. Butts back to Gamble. Pump fake. And once again, a travel for Gamble. And subbing in will be John Benka Coker.
We haven't seen much of him today yet, but the dynamic duo of the two twin brothers, Josh and John, can be electric at times. So let's see how they perform now.
And Sam, it's hard to deny that there's a family chemistry with any brothers that play basketball together. Napoleon will have it in the left side, looking for some breathing room here. Screen from Josh Benka Coker. Poked loose once again. Bell has it. Kicks it out to Johnson. Looks for the swing here. He'll get it to Napoleon. Spin move there. Loses it. Ball will be called out of bounds once again in the hands of the Redhawks. With 2:18 left to go, Sam, Pennington really needs as a clutch bucket here to, cut this lead to absolutely nothing. Once again, a shot clock violation for Pennington as they just can't get anything going right now.
It's going to be Gamble taking the ball up here. It looks like to me, AJ, Gamble and Graham have been really running this offense, along with Butts also. But those are the dynamic or main three players that have been running the court for Haverford here.
Yeah. As there's the tray ball, it's up, and it'll be in. Graham with the pull-up mini to extend their lead to 4. Bell's going to take it up here. It kicks it to Napoleon. Spin move and a travel called.
Interesting call there, AJ. Did you see anything there?
Very interesting, Sam. I don't know. I mean, if he's going to call everything for Haverford, I guess it's only fair that we get a couple whistles blown our way. Another jump shot cash there for Graham. Pennington now trails by 7. Johnson has it, kicks it to Napoleon. Very slow pace here set by Pennington. Bell with the pump fake. He'll drive in, kicks out Johnson. 3 balls up, and it's in! Right as the buzzer sounds. You can tell that Johnson's a little excited and also a little frustrated that he didn't get the ball earlier in that possession, Sam. Gamble's going to take it in. They're going to say the ball's in the Ford's direction. I disagree, Sam. Sorry, we're laughing. Our friend John O'Park is just supporting the team with all of his energy right now. Okay, you had no point in doing that layup. Tray ball's up. It'll be off the back iron. Rebounded by the Fords.
Looks like Haverford's going to try and get the last shot in of the period here.
Bell will guard Graham here. Inside dish to Butts. Graham in a little ISO situation here. Step back fadeaway. It's going to be a little short. Rebounded by the Red Hawks. A fast pace of offense here for Pennington. Inside dish to John Beckett-Coker. They're going to say that it'll be out of bounds. Now Haverford will have it once again with 1.9 left to go in this half. Ball almost came our way, Sam.
And a smart substitution here. Jordan Murray's going to come in. Never say never, says Coach Fauci here.
Yeah.
He's going to try and get a quick 3 in.
Yeah, Sam, you can clearly see that's what he's trying to run here. It's like when they run a hands position in football when they're going for an onside kick. You can tell that there's a specialized lineup for when there's a last-second 3-ball needed. They're going to look for someone open here. Bell will have it. 3 balls up, and it is nearly put in. Buzzer will sound. Haverford leads 25-21 entering this half. And Sam, what is your thoughts about that first half of basketball?
Well, AJ, it's quite the low-scoring game, especially for a varsity game. But I noticed that the defenses of this game are really just dominating. Especially Haverford's. Like I said earlier, it's Gamble and Graham that are running Haverford's offense, but mainly Graham, who's running Haverford's defense, just picking balls, and you can really tell that he's a leader out there too.
Yeah, Sam, as you said before, this is clearly a defensive matchup tonight. I mean, you can see that Haverford has really figured out what their motto is for tonight, which is keep their 2-3 zone consistent. have a very strong perimeter defense, which has been shown by all the poked loose balls and all the steals that Haverford has caused tonight. I mean, Pennington, is still trying to get back into that groove, get back into their, like rhythm. But as of now, with this smothering defense, Sam, Pennington's gonna have a hard time, finding their feet on the ground and sort of figuring out a way to, breach that perfect defense and get some buckets on the board.
Yeah, AJ, and I know Coach Fauci is definitely going to tell the team what to do against that 2-3 defense that Haverford has and just dominating against Pennington. But what else do you think he has to tell the team?
I think he's probably going to tell the team, move off ball. He's probably going to tell them that it's the little things that matter, because at the end of the day, Sam, anyone who's ever played any sports has heard that, it's the little things that matter. But there's a reason that coaches say it. I mean, people need to move off ball. They need to get open for, any shot that they can possibly get the rebounds, push themselves to the maximum, because when you're down, you really got to put in that extra work.
Yeah, AJ, well said. Hopefully Pennington can pull out the win in the second half. See you then.
Say hi, Ishan.
What's good?
And welcome. Sorry for the long buzzer there, folks. Welcome back to this second half of Pennington home basketball, as it'll be Haverford to kick off this half of basketball tonight.
Yeah, hopefully Pennington assessed their 2-3 defense there and really made a change. Let's see how they do now.
And the Fords will kick it off. Gamble, a familiar face, leading this Haverford offense. And Sam, let's see if Pennington switched anything up in the game plan for tonight. After that, I assume aggressive first half speech from Coach Fred Fauci, as there's a pump fake, and I believe it'll be a foul called against the Redhawks. Yeah, Sam, it'll be Graham heading to the stripe here for Haverford. Thank whoever did the meow in the stands. John O'Parchers has 2 meows there, but there's also 2 makes, so I assume he's going to stop that. Inside dish to Napoleon, up and in!
And that's exactly what we want to see, AJ. Get into the paint and just being physical in the paint and getting that bucket, and that's what Dylan Napoleon can do for you.
Yeah, moving more as a team rather than a group of players. Now Pennington only trails by 4 with an opportunity here to get a stop and potentially make this a one-possession game, as it's looking pretty bright here. Dish to Johnson. He'll have it. Take his time. Diamond 3-ball. It's in! What a phenomenal shot there from the sophomore to cut this lead down to only 1.
This is the type of things that Pennington needs. They need a big momentum, and especially getting the crowd involved as they're chanting defense.
And there's a steal from Diamond and a foul called. What a fun. You know what? I'll switch it up. From phenomenal, what an amazing chain of events tonight for the sophomore. Even Diamond just got a 3-ball. He just got a phenomenal. I keep saying it, Sam. I keep saying phenomenal. I can't stop. Diamond will dish it to Bell. It looks like he's going to try to make some magic here with a little time. And there's a right-hand layup. It's going to roll just out. Nearly a spectacular finish there for the sophomore guard. Dish out to the right side. He's going to look for Gamble, who's going to kick it out to the corner. It'll be Butts with the 3. It'll be just rolled in with the deep ball there from the big. Swing to Napoleon. Inside, post up, off the front iron. See, there's a little frustration on Noah Johnson's face there. And there's a double block there from the Redhawks. And pressure from Josh Menkakoker. Dish out to the corner. Layup's going to be
Gilbert with the bucket there.
Up and in there for Gilbert. Now Pennington now trails by 6 with 5.5 left to go in this third quarter. Bell will swing it back to Napoleon. Kick out to Johnson. 3-ball from the corner. It's going to be up and in. Nojo with the ecstatic tray ball to give Pennington now only a 3-point deficit.
Yeah, AJ, with more ball handlers on the team like Aben Diamond and Jalen Bell, no one's able to sit in the corner like that and get a wide open 3.
And Sam, that's another thing that we got to get back to is the details. Pennington has to do whatever they can to slip through the cracks and find whatever holes they can in this Haverford defense. And right there was a perfect example of it. Everyone's getting too focused on the ball swinging up top. Who's going to guard the guy in the corner? Bell's going to have it here. Napoleon is going to, stop his movement here, try to run a perfect play. Screen from Menkakoker, pull up fade. It's going to be up and in. What a tough shot there for the senior, but he makes it look easy.
Yeah, Joe Napoleon, Pennington's leading scorer last year, and so far leading scorer this year as Gilbert will knock down the 3-pointer.
Pennington trails by 6 once again after the 3-ball there. And
a lot of contact there.
Yeah, a lot of contact. Aggressive shot. Captain Graham, 3 is up, and it's in. This Haverford team's shooting very efficiently tonight, Sam.
Timeout there called by Pennington. It's a good timeout call, actually, because Haverford's getting in that momentum. You got to stop that momentum quick, and Pennington's got to get in their own momentum here.
Johnson showing another example of Pennington looking for a play to run here. Diamond inside.
Nice catch, AJ.
Thanks, Sam.
Although no bucket was made there, AJ, that's a good shot. You want to get your shooters, as the number 2 Jordan Murray, wide open like that. And normally our shooters don't really see the light of day like that, wide open like Noah Johnson just saw. And also Jordan Murray right there, which it would normally go in.
Inbound from Napoleon. Diamond will receive the rock. It'll be an inside dish to Benka Coker. Another 3-ball up for Murray. It's going to be off the front iron. They're going to say it's a foul called against the Red Hawks here, once again in the hands of the Haverford Fords. Sounds a really unfortunate name, Haverford Fords. I get that it's part of the name, like Haverford Fords, but that's just really unfortunate for us commentators to say. Butts will have it. It'll be dished to, that's Morcell at the top of the key, Sam, right?
It's going to be Graham right here.
Graham will now have it, but Morcell had it originally.
Yeah, yes.
John Benka Coker once again back in for this Pennington team. Inside drive, and Gamble's going to get the foul called here. Very suspicious call there, Sam. We can clearly tell that he was doing everything he could to get to the stripe there. The second free throw will cash. Sorry for the mute there, folks. Pennington now trails by 14 after a big stretch of scoring here for the Fords. Bell will make a trip to the other side of the court. He's going to look for a screener from Benka Coker. Won't get it. Tough perimeter defense once again shown by Haverford. Dish to the outside. Murray's going to swing it to Benka Coker. A fake pass and a 3-ball is up and off.
Graham here asserting his dominance as the leader of Haverford, and dare I say even the leader of the court right now.
Rebound there from Benka Coker. Just a man amongst boys tonight in that paint. His rebounding's been off the charts. Sam, some aggressiveness between teams right now. I think that we gotta
between 21 and Josh.
Yeah, I thought I was seeing things, Sam.
21.
Inside dish to John Benka Coker. Bell now has it. Swings it to Napoleon. Murray has it. Dish to Napoleon. This ball is moving faster than I can keep track of, Sam. Bell to the top of the key. Napoleon at the top left of the key. Bell in the corner. 3 balls up. And they're going to call a foul there. Very lucky break here for the Pennington offense.
Yeah, they just can't do much against this Haverford defense. It's like they're swinging the ball faster than your eyes can even handle, and still, they're right on everybody.
Hi, Bennett. Is Eric with you? First, was that second or first free throw there, Sam?
I think it was the first. Nope, second.
Gamble will take it up the court here for Haverford. Inside drive is going to be poked loose there by Pennington. With a minute left until we enter this fourth quarter. Pennington still trails by 13 with a minute left to go. Gamble in the corner, trying to regain the momentum that Haverford once had a couple seconds ago. Pump fake, outside dish, stolen by Bell. Breakaway here for Pennington. This could give a lot of momentum. And one there for Josh Benka-Coker.
And just a score check for anybody watching from home and can't see the scoreboard. It's 34 Pennington, Haverford 45 with 50 seconds left to go in the third quarter. With this and one, AJ, Pennington's going to need to keep getting stops on defense and really just assert themselves as the leaders of the court and get themselves their momentum so the crowd can get into it and themselves too.
As once again, Gamble will have the rock in his hands, and he's going to dish it inside to Butts, who's going to be guarded by Napoleon. A weird guard on center matchup, and a hold called there. And Sam, Coach Fred Fauci couldn't have said it better than I could have there. Josh can't guard anybody right now. Can't guard everybody right now. Not anybody. That sounded like an insult at first. He can't guard everybody right now. And Sam, I think that's kind of a blessing and curse of his style of play. I mean, having such a quick burst and a good, outside the arc game, while also being the tallest member of the team, means that you're going to be expected to do more than almost everyone on the team with your, sort of height and the responsibility that comes with. Pennington trails by 11 with 30 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Napoleon jab step. He's going to drive baseline. Just it out to Bell. Inside three ball is going to be pump fake there by Napoleon. 14, 13, 12. Pennington's having a clock racing right now. 9, 8. Pennington's going to have to try to make some magic with little time left. Napoleon posts up. He looks for the open man, and a shot clock will be called here. As there's a shot, it's up, and it's going to be a little off.
35-46, Haverford here. AJ, what do you think Pennington can do to come back and get this win? I know they're down by 11 here, but never say never, and I really think they can, with a little bit of momentum, they can really come back. So what do you think they can do to make sure they come back?
Sam, it's a matter of hero ball right now. I mean, I'm not in denial of the fact that everyone on this Pennington offense has capabilities of being a hero, but the fact that right now Pennington's trying to go for that ISO shot, a sort of one-on-one jumper or a layup or baseline drive, like, that's not to point out the fact that they're incapable of doing it. It's the fact that that's not what we need right now. Pennington needs to, get back into that offensive, unison. Move as one being. Get someone open on the corner. Drive in. Kick out to the open man. Stop trying to take every single jumper you see and take a deep breath and kick it out to whoever can get the best possible shot.
All right, we got Jalen with the ball. Jalen with the ball. Pass it to Avon. Avon. Oh, pass to Josh. Foul.
Yeah, he's just like that. All right, thank you, Caden Burns. Spin move there for Napoleon, and the finish is going to be a little short. And a whistle blown there as Haverford will once again head to the stripe to possibly make this a 12 or 13 point lead, Sam.
Butts will sink the first.
Pennington now trails by 12, and Butts is going to have another shot here. It's up, and it'll cash. With a little over 7.5 minutes left to go in this basketball game, Sam, you got to think that Pennington's going to, put whatever ounce of effort they have on the court right now. Layups up, it's going to be off. Nearly boarded there by Napoleon. He's going to get pressured here by the perimeter, dive for it, and he's going to get the ball stripped away. Gamble's going to have a breakaway here, inside dish, and an underhand layup there for Graham. Timeout called. Pennington now trails by 16.
To start this fourth quarter, AJ, it's been only Haverford scoring the ball. I know it's only been less than a minute, but still, I mean, they're just still proving themselves why they're the better team on this court as of now. Although I don't think they're the better team, I think they're definitely playing better as of now. It's actually good.
Pennington now trails by 15 after an impressive run there made by Haverford. Kick out to the corner. Dish to the top of the perimeter. Outside kick. 3 balls up. It'll be in.
That'll be
is
more
just
sell with the free ball.
textbook basketball there by the Ford.
Something that we've noticed, and I'm pretty sure everybody watching at home, everybody in the stands has noticed, is Haverford's ball movement. Everybody's got the same amount of chemistry, and as you said before, moving as one unit. They just know where everybody's going to be. They know who's going to take the shot, and most of the time it's going to go in, AJ.
Gamble's going to be the one-on-one situation here with opposing guard Noah Johnson. Post-up situation for Napoleon. Sam, you can see that he tried to pull the chair there, but the opposing big man managed to keep his feet and go for the layup. Murray will have it. He's going to be in a one-on-one situation here, very aggressively pressed. Johnson will swing it to Napoleon. Fake pass there inside, and a nice layup there. Very solid defensive splitting there made by Napoleon.
Yeah, and that's what Dylan's going to do. He's going to look for the passes on the perimeter, see if his shooter, Jordan Murray, is open. But if not, he's going to look to get into the basket and get a bucket like he just did.
And folks, I gotta say, I feel very similar to. I'm sorry on my behalf for not having the same amount of energy I had in the first half, but it's just a matter of, exhaustion by the, unluckiness that we can see on the hardwood right now. You can see that the vision that Pennington's trying to get across. You can see that they're just one puzzle piece away from completing that image, and getting this offense, back in the flow to possibly get their lead back. As there's another phenomenal 3-pointer there made by Johnson after the fake pass.
Yeah, Jen, I believe he's 3 for 3 from 3 today. Maybe start handing him the ball more.
Sam, it's only 5 3-pointers away with 5 minutes left to go to cut this lead to nothing and get Pennington another ball game in their hands.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, AJ.
And here's a breakaway. Johnson's going to have it. 3 ball. Once again, it's up, and it's going to be just a little bit off.
But AJ, I don't hate that shot. It's a nice little heat shot from Johnson there, and he was open. Did not get blocked. So.
And Sam, as we said before, it's going to take 15 points or 5 3-pointers to get Pennington back in this game. It's not going to take long, drawn-out possessions of, like plays that are meant to get an easy inbound layup. Right now, we need good luck and even better shots. As there's a fadeaway, it's going to be just a little bit out. But once again, Sam, I do not hate that shot. We needed a quick bucket. Jameer Conover and Jalen Bell will come in here for the Red Hawks. Napoleon's going to swing it to Conover, a really new roster here tonight, Sam, as the 3-ball's going to be up and just nearly boarded there by Napoleon. Sam, what's this new lineup looking like right now for the Red Hawks?
Well, you see number 22, Jameer Conover, 3-sport athlete, football, basketball, and baseball. And whenever you ask him which one he's good at, he just says, I'm good at all of them. That's all you need to know. And he's showcasing that by getting varsity minutes as a sophomore here.
And Sam, going back to what you said about him, his confidence and his athleticism, what I hear constantly when I talk about Jameer Conover, and I say, it seems like every year when I say that he's doing good at a sport, someone always has to say, oh, you should see him in this.
Yeah.
The fact that during football season, I was like, yeah, he's a phenomenal football player. And everyone's like, oh, you should see him during baseball. And now I'm watching him during basketball, and they're like, oh, you should have seen him during football. It's a constant, running season for Jameer Conover every year. Every single season, in and out, he has a different sport to go out there and contribute to. And the fact that he is still to manage to stand on his 2 feet, nonetheless play in a basketball game as a contributing part is very impressive to me.
Pennington now trails by 17 with 3:24 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's going to be Gamble taking it up here. It's going to be a called travel. Pennington's bench and the birdcage over here seeming very quiet.
Bell will take it up here for the Red Hawks as the ball's going to be poked away, stolen by Graham, and it's going to be a breakaway for Haverford here, and it's going to be glassed. Phenomenal rejection made there by John Beckett-Coker, but it's going to be rebounded quickly by the Fords for the putback layup. Pennington is going to, once again showcase that very faster-paced style of offense, trying to get a quick bucket here. Inside drive here for Beckett-Coker. He's going to kick it out to Napoleon, top of the key. A little bit of an isolation size-up move here for Napoleon. Fadeaway is going to be up, but it's going to be off. Very aggressive defensive pressure there made by Gamble. Graham's going to take it inside. He's going to go for the Euro step. It's going to be up. It's going to be in. Pressured overhand layup there made by the guard for Haverford. As a whistle will be blown here. Leak. Nice catch, Leak.
It's going to be some very new faces for Pennington. Number 24, Logan Hyman. 5, Wade Smickle.
And another really new look for both these teams right now is it'll be Cole McGuire subbed in for the Fords. Very tall individual. 2:15 left to go. Pennington trails by 20. It looks like it's going to be a loss here tonight for the Redhawks at home. Sam, just to complete, the way I'd put it is that this game definitely could have been won by Pennington. I don't think it had anything to do with talent. I think it had to do with the energy both teams brought going in. I think it was the mentality of Haverford knowing what they had to do exactly to, stifle Pennington offensively and defensively. And I think it was a lack of Pennington, trying to switch it up a little bit. I mean, the way they've played before has been very consistent, and there's no point switching that up. But I think that they needed just a little bit tweaking in order to, make this a even game.
Yeah, AJ, you couldn't have said it better. But I do like how Coach Fauci is really getting to see new faces, letting them get to experience what a varsity pace of the game is like, and not just keeping his starters in the whole time, and maybe even a risk of getting them injured. I just need. I
3 balls up, and it's going to be off. Rebounded there by the Fords. And less than a minute left here for the Redhawks tonight. Sam, looks like the final score is going to be around 63-41. Little off topic, Sam, but it's a little funny that, it ended on 6-7 last time, and now it's ending on 41. I think that's a little bright side to this. Sminkle at the top of the key. He's going to pull it. It's going to be up and in. And Sam, 24 seconds left here in this basketball game. As you can see that the Redhawks are just going to try to drain the clock out. But, okay. Layup there for Haverford. Final score will be 44-65. Pennington will lose in a 21 point deficit to the Fords tonight. Sam, we'll see you in a couple weeks as we're going to go on break, and it's going to be a stretch of away games. But everyone have a good night.